In the early 2000s, my brother came home from Savannah College of Art and Design. His major was sequential art, and that was the major that I wanted to go into. And he came home with this new method of creating different poses, and it was the joint skeleton. I had never heard of this before, and I thought it was super cool, especially because it really helped me learn anatomy without actually learning anatomy. So that's what I'm going to teach you because this was a major tool in my art journey. This is the joint skeleton. As you can see, there's about 7 steps. Obviously you could read it for yourself. You create a head. It's just a circle. The second step, you create a circle for the pelvis. They should be roughly the same size. Draw a torso. It's a little bit, bigger of an oval shape. Then draw like a rib cage, which is, just a squiggle at the bottom of that oval. You're going to draw some of the joints. Then you're going to draw the arms, then the legs, and so on and so forth. When you learn how to manipulate this joint skeleton, you're able to draw whatever pose you want. It's one of the most fun things to do, to be honest with you, especially if you're just drawing for fun out and about. Maybe you see a lot of different people in the background of a photo or an image that you're looking up on Google, or maybe just in real life, you're just looking around and you want to draw their pose. Draw this skeleton under that pose, or draw their joint skeleton under that pose. And after you draw their joint skeleton, you have this pose just locked in your memory bank. You can go back and you can add upon that skeleton with an actual physical body. That's what this is. Now, obviously, there are different body types that you can create. This is actually going into using shapes to create those body types, which I only have like 2 examples right here because I didn't want this book to be extremely long. But I have a more heavyset person on the bottom. I have a more muscular or nacho shape like man on the top. There's several different things that you can do to create a different body type. However, knowing this joint skeleton is the first step, in my opinion. I genuinely think that if you can grasp how to draw this joint skeleton, then you can draw any pose that you want. Now, I'm going to get into drawing female skeletons in a later video, probably the next video, but I'm strictly focusing on just the male skeleton at this point. So let me go over to Clip Studio, and we're going to draw it real quick. Now, like I said, you're going to draw the head, then you're going to draw the torso, draw the pelvis, and to be honest with you, you can draw this in any, order you want. The more you draw it, the more easy it's going to get, and the more fun it's going to be, the more comfortable you're going to be at drawing this skeleton. As you can see, I'm drawing the legs now. Drawing the feet. Hands. And arm. All right. All right, so there you go. This is the skeleton. Now, one thing that I actually didn't cover inside of the book, so if you bought this course, then you're actually going to get some extra tidbit information. But whenever you draw the hands, they should be coming towards the middle of the thigh. Okay? So one good thing to keep in mind, let's say I wanted to have him put his hand on his hip. One thing that you can do is draw a line to the hip from the shoulder and then do a 90-degree angle. And that's how you found out where the elbow is. And voila, there you go. Now, you don't have to do that. Obviously, you could just eye it if you want. But that was just something that I learned from my brother a long time ago. He said that this is probably a more accurate way of measuring how long the arm should be. Again, you don't have to do any of that. You could just eye it and not really overthink it. But this is a really cool technique that I genuinely think will help anybody. Now, if I'm going to do this in a traditional medium, I would most likely draw it in with a blue pencil first, so that way I can draw over it. However, because this is digital, I can just press a button. And I add another layer. lower this opacity. And now I'm going to basically add the body on top of this skeleton. You can draw any body type you want, and I'm probably going to get over, I'm going to detail this a little bit more as we continue on, obviously, but just for the sake of this video, I'm going to draw this body very quickly. Draw the ears, the face, or not the face, but the head. Draw the shoulders. And like I said, when it comes to the body type, if I wanted him to be very muscular, for instance, you know, I can just make sure that the outer lines are farther away from the skeleton. So you see how this arm looks a lot thicker than this one? I mean, obviously it looks kind of off, which is why I'm not going to do it that way. But I mean, that's what you would do if you wanted to draw somebody that's a little bit thicker or a little bit more muscular or whatever. Just make sure that the lines for the body are actually slightly farther away from the skeleton. All right. You could probably tell I've been doing this for a very long time. My brother, it was early 2000. It's like 2006, I think. Maybe 2007 or 8. Possibly 2008, but I think it was like 2007 probably. So, I mean, it's been a very long time. And I've known how to do this. That I had to practice this. My brother, he drilled it into me. He told me to draw this skeleton like 10 different times. And like what was funny is when I got to SCAD, I didn't learn this. Like this wasn't something that my professors were teaching me. Now maybe it's a different professor that I had from him. Maybe this is just something that he learned in a different class entirely. But I thought it was very valuable, and that's the reason why it stuck with me throughout this entire time. So as you can see, after you do that, voila, I got the body right there. You become a lot faster and a lot more comfortable using this joint skeleton the more you draw it. So I highly recommend doing what my brother told me to do. Draw this skeleton like 10 different times on a page, just the normal standing up way. And if that's something that becomes more easy over time, then, like I said earlier, look at different photographs or images on Google or in your own life. Just reference life and draw the skeleton of people that are walking by. Try to see if you can draw, their body language with this skeleton. And then after you have mastered the way they're supposed to look in the skeleton form, you can add the body type on top of it. I just want to say, before you do all of that, though, don't overthink this. It's not difficult. It's not supposed to be difficult. It's supposed to be fun. So as long as you're having fun doing this, I don't see any problem in constantly drawing this until you have mastered it. So have fun and get to drawing.